Hello and welcome back, friends. My name is Hunter and this is Cosmoteer. I have been doing a lot of combat in this game and trying to perfect my combat ship here, the Wedge, but after the end of the last episode, I am sort of inspired to take a different direction for a bit. I want to create a circumstance where I can actually make some good money, not in combat, so that I can develop a nice little base over here. One of the things we're going to have to do is create a transport ship. Transport ship, you say? Why a transport ship? Because I need storage. I need to be able to move the stuff I need to do construction away from these bases out here into the wild. But right away, we're just going to start the episode by talking to this station here, and we're going to buy ourselves a bunch of coils. So we have 12. We have no room. No room for coils. Here's our problem. We have no room for coils. It's not completely surprising, to be honest. Both of our ships are probably pretty full. Let's look at you. Do you have some room in here? Yeah, okay, so we will talk to the station ourselves, and they will buy regular coils. Those are the only two things we don't have in excess, and I'm pretty sure we should be able to go right over to our selected base here and immediately bring it back online. I just want a space filled with all the resources I need so that I can experiment with different kinds of spaceships. And to do that, I kind of need a place to store all my stuff. If you look at the way they make space stations, they're pretty much just giant storage bays with weapons, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. But one where it doesn't cost precious monies every single time I want to get something done. So right in here, we've got a relatively intact base. There's some storage pods out here. That's pretty cool. Bits and pieces of the other stuff we blew up. Let's move a crew member over to the little station here. We transfer crew. I'm going to go from the Wedge to the small platform, and we're just going to send one guy. Then we'll click on this because it will now be ours. So it has a lot of ammo in here. Crew. Oh, this thing is so tight. Look how tightly this thing's made. And we just want to see if we've brought enough stuff with us that we can repair this. So we need 14 coils and we only have 13. That's a tragedy, like a real honest to goodness tragedy. If we destroy, wow, this is like this one little corridor in here. These guys, what a design this is. Whew, what a design this is. Okay, we're going to remove something. This gun right here. Goodbye. Goodbye this gun. And we're going to replace this gun with storage. What? How do I not have enough? How do I not have enough? That doesn't seem right at all. Okay. I accept that that's the case. Can you guys pick up? Can you not pick this stuff up? Like, is this, do I have steel picking up turned off, or do you just have no room for it? You have no room for it. Let's look at a transfer here. So I'm going to transfer resources to get from there to the Revenge, which needs to be changed. This is not its name. So we're going to have to figure out right away how to change that. You just take all of their ammo. No airlocks or crew to access resources being transferred to the other destination. Seems quite crazy to me that I didn't buy enough, but I probably bought it and then didn't transfer it because I've done that a million times. I've almost made it in. Let's see. Here? Is this where we do it? Ship editor? Ship editor? No? Here? Yes? It's not. It was once, but it's not. It's me now. And it's the Nat. All right. Let's get in here. The only thing I needed was hypercoils, so we'll buy hypercoils. You got room for hypercoils? Can you sell me like 20 hypercoils? Also sell me like 20 regular coils? Thanks a ton, buds. It's somewhat concerning to me, though, that the guns are just going to come back online as soon as I put a cockpit on here. I don't think that's how this game does it, but who really knows, honestly? I don't know, I'm learning this as I go, as we've said before. How do I somehow even have less stuff? Oh, because he's not here yet. I just thought he was. We just did not move him close enough. Okay. Click on you, click on repair. Now we can repair this thing. And they're immediately going to go out. And we're going to immediately replace this spot here with another storage. Still don't have enough steel. Jeez. Get in there, guys. Get in there. Take the ammo. I love the fact that like they can go in through the top of the storage bays when it's convenient for the game, but not at any other time. Transfer resources. You can take all of this. No, none of the missiles. The missiles are for them. Take all this stuff. And from the gnat, you can take this and this. Apparently, we still have no steel at all. I guess dump all this ammo, replace it with plates. I wonder if there's any scrap out there still that I can go pick up of mine. This ship is so slow. Oh, there's lots of scrap there. Yeah, we're going to go on a scrap mission. Absolutely. So we're going to sell all this ammo. Give us a little bit of room in here. Probably going to also sell this stuff. Keep the missiles, though. Keep the sulfur. And then we're going to go on a scrapping mission. Something else that a transport ship might help with. The reason I'm building these in different hulls instead of building one ship that can do everything is because it feels more, I don't know, fleet-like. Yeah, I like the RP of it better. So that's why we're doing it. It's literally the only reason. You can sell all of this. You can also sell... Keep your sulfur and your iron, but you're going to sell all this titanium that we don't need. And this uranium that we don't need. It's all fine. Yeah, the stuff isn't worth much, but we got to sell it to get rid of it. Which is really the whole point. And then I think we're going to go to the ship graveyard. So we're going to, like, rendezvous our two ships here. And then the Wedge is going to sort of head in first. Just to make sure there's no nasties here. But we're going to take the gnat. Move them in after. And the Wedge is just going to be on hand for guard's sake. Let's just start here on this hull. I want you to just strip this hull of everything. What is the button for this? It's G. So G, 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 unpause, G. Just gonna fill up with steel so that we can use this to change that other guy. Oh, this is good too. Look at them popping to the lasers. I love it. Well, just a couple of people are heading outside to pick up the odd thing. We are full. We're full. Okay. Guys, we're doing it. It's begun. I have no idea what this ship is going to look like or how we're going to build this thing into a useful base. But we're going to use our imaginations because this is a space architect game. It is not just a combat game. And so we're going to be space architects, at least for today. We want to get to the point where eventually I'm going to comfortably go into the other system and do a whole bunch more quests to get money. And then we're going to build a transport ship. It's going to be great. Looking over here, we can now go into build mode. And let's just look at this thing as a blueprint. If we're going to do that, we need to start thinking about how we're going to build out, because those cannons may not be in good places for our final design. You know, we're going to actually assume that these two things are staying where they are. But we are going to cut this corner out and not put that there yet. Okay. We need basically tons of storage. That's the whole point, right? Storage. If we just put big storages here. Yeah, I think that will do. Let's just remove this storage here. Then grab you and move you into the middle. We can move this down, which will give them a throughway. Move this door to here. Delete these two. Build that armor out. And then let's talk about what we're going to do here. This is not enough storage. That's clear. So let's see what we can do to add more storage. Okay. That should be fine. Let's try like this. That'll give us more room for armor. And then I'm going to move this in. We're not going to worry about having hallways to these storage clusters. Should be able to maybe shoot past there. Not fully, but at least partially. Probably could improve that by moving these up, though. Right? Then they should shoot past even better. And then we will put some armor. The armor on the insides of these is going to be pretty weak, though. Because we have to not affect the firing ranges as much as possible. 13. We're carrying enough for 8. I don't think we need 13, though. Maybe. We'll just trust it. I have not been up for trusting it lately, but we'll trust it for now. There's no reason at all not to do that, which will put us one less than what it's saying we need, which is perfectly fine. I think we can do something like storage, like the squares, and put them in these corners. Well, this one at least. We can't put it up there because that's where the cockpit is. Mind you, if we look just at the consistency of this thing, we can grab this cockpit and put it there, and it doesn't hurt anything. And then we can put this here. It does mean that one of our two crew boxes is going to have to cross through, like, each crew is going to be isolated to side. I hope that'll be fine. It won't be because of this, because of the... We can make that possible too. By doing this. And putting a door on either side. Like that. And then putting a crew quarter here. To create real symmetry. I think so. I think though, so this is going to be... I'm going to save this design as storage. Cannon base. Well, first we're going to tell the gnat that it should transfer as much of the steel. Oh, we never did put that on there. Just put a bay on here. I should be able to afford it now. I certainly can. This is just temporary, and the gnat is going to transfer every bit of steel that it has over to there. And then we're going to get out of here. We're going to go back to the station, and we're going to get the blueprints for cannons. Look at us zooming along. There's one small adjustment we were going to make today that was another comment suggestion, and that suggestion is simply this version is clearly better. Get those angles out better, clip our guns less. Let's just go in here and talk to them. What do you have that we can use? we need the blueprint for standard cannons. Deck cannons are cool. All that stuff is cool, but it's for the future. It's not for today. So what we want to do here now is we just want to tell the design that it is getting a cannon to replace the missing one. It should be here. We'll put in corridors, fire station, and that's a bad place for a door. Just fix the doors on these 2 crew compartments. Oh, right. Crew compartments can only have doors on one side. So we'll just flip these so the doors are on the correct sides. Here we go. And I think that's pretty close to it. So we need 1,000 steel, a lot of coils, and a lot of uranium to change to this, which is fine. Oh, also, this is not real. So this is going to be our little space station, our storage pod for stripping resources from the galaxy and bringing them back to own them ourselves. It is not very strong, but this system does not have that many strong enemies in it. We want to save this first. That's what we want to do. Save ship design. Already has a name. Then we want to get out of blueprint mode so that we can just add more storage. Just add more storage. Thank you. Hey, you're carrying basically everything. You got room in you now. That's great. You're so filled with missiles. Let's head back over to the ship graveyard and do a little bit more resource gathering. I do love the way this beautiful little ship shoots lasers out of its eyes and takes apart these ship hulls. Oh, it's just fascinating to me. It's very fun. It's a part of this game I did not think that I would enjoy. Like, I mean, I probably should have realized it because I've enjoyed it in other games in the past. But I didn't think I would particularly enjoy it in this game. Love watching the little guys run just back and forth. Zoom, 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 zoom. So great. We are full again. We're full again. There's probably definitely some parts we're going to have to buy. Probably, definitely, probably, you know? Probably, definitely, probably. And once we start getting close, we're going to transfer resources from the NAT to the small cannon platform. You can take all of this and all of this that you can carry. Please do. So we are nowhere near close and nowhere near have the storage to carry what we need. And we're going to stop being conservative here. We're going to like go all out. Get this. Turn off blueprint mode. Yeah, discard the modifications. It's fine. Hey, just fill that, please. I love just watching them going through the roof. It's just very fun to me. Get it all in there, guys. And so yeah, this is the plan. I know it's weird. We're gonna do this until we have satisfied what we want. This game is fun for me in that it contains so many different possibilities of what you can do, and I'm just enjoying engaging with those possibilities. Right? Like, yeah, I know there's probably not going to be very many episodes that are just me building a space platform by mining out a starship graveyard, but you know, we can have one of those, right? Just look at him shooting his lasers at both of those 2 spaceships. You know that if we zoom in, if we click just on him so that the wedge isn't selected anymore, you know, right? They're just going wild. They don't care that nobody's piloting the thing. Nobody needs to be in the pilot center for this. It's just shooting. So much lovely shooting. And now they go and collect it because the shooting is done. It's very seldomly that you find a game where you have stuff like this where it just seems to work. Something about the style of this game makes the way the ships take action and the things they do very satisfying to me. In a lot of other games similar to it, like in Star Valor, I don't mind mining. It can be fun, but it's not engaging. It's almost like I want to say that the reason why I don't find mining engaging in games like that is because there's too much to do, right? Like there's just too many things going on. I have to pay attention to it too much, and this is just a thing to watch, right? The reason why mining is so fun in this game is literally because it's a thing to watch. So no, not the Wedge. Wedge doesn't need your stuff. Give it to the platform, please. All of that. Thank you. Right, just looking at your guys doing their work, just filling it up more and more. So we're gonna hit 500, so we need to build more storage on this thing. I could get some more room on the gnat just by transfer of resources gnat to Wedge, give them the 30 more missile parts that they can carry. Why not, right? Oh, we're getting some coils. That's good because we will need those. Any coils we find out there is good for us. It's actually kind of relaxing. I'm going to put the top of the ship on just so that we can just watch for a bit. This game is really satisfying and fun to play. I think the next major thing we're going to do is we're going to build a ship for the purpose that we're doing right now. If we had the money, we could build like a transport ship that could be in support of our combat ship and our miner, just to help with storage. And it could probably, I'd probably put some point defense or something on it. I designed a ship sort of like that already, and actually quite like it. We're going to, what are you going to do now? Transfer items. It's always the same. Transfer resources, just from the gnat, the platform. Give them all of that. Give them all of your coils. Initiate the transfer. And yeah, we're just going to keep doing this until we get this built up enough that we can actually build the station, which is where we're going to end the episode. Thank you for watching. I know this has been a little bit different because there was no combat in it, but I just thought I would want a different pace for this one. You know, build our little storage station up, get our little gnat out there, and then we'll be able to store some missiles and stuff on here. You know, make it bigger over time. After this, we'll be able to make maybe a cannon ship. Maybe we'll make, like I said, a construction ship that's for carrying things around so we can build stuff. A transport ship is really what it would be. Like some point defense on it in case it gets attacked. There is a sort of a deep sci-fi feeling to the way this game presents this particular action, taking apart ships in the graveyard. Like, we're out here in our little parasite ship, the Gnat, and we are just stripping down this old hull, regaining resources that were lost when a very large number of people who probably lived lives very similar to us were killed. You know, probably shouldn't think too deeply about stuff like this. It's just a simple, shooty space game. But here we are. A blood-sucking gnat drinking the life out of a long-abandoned corpse. Alright, so I believe that we have gathered all of the necessary steel from the ship graveyard. Yes, the only thing that remains is getting ourselves to 135 coils, and that's regular coils, and then finding 4 enriched uranium. Actually shouldn't be difficult. We should be able to just go and pick that up right now at the stations. So we're just going to quickly do that. I'm also going to decrew the Gnat. We just need the ship in minimum running condition, and we need to get crew members onto here so that it can have an ideal number of crew. Now, I don't know if we're going to give it all of the crew that the game thinks it needs. We already have. So now these two are just going to go. The Gnat should be able to chug along with minimal crew. It's definitely in a better condition for that than it was last time, with all of its stations set up and everything else going okay for it. We do have a bit of a problem here, which is that the crew we have think that they should be doing these guns. So I'm just going to turn the guns off. think that will get the crew to stop sitting in them. And then our engines will speed up. We'll get to where we're going faster. In spite of the fact that this ship is actually physically bigger, that this ship has a bigger silhouette, because I think it has to do with how simple it is. I don't know, it may not be bigger, it may be, like, in a strange sense bigger. But I don't think so. Like, I think if we put them next to each other, like this, I guess this is more bulk to it, doesn't it? This has got thinner armor. And it's really just weapons. We've reached the point with the Wedge where it's literally bristling with weapons. Everywhere we look, there's a gun. It's fine. I'm gonna buy 100 coils. In fact, I'm gonna buy all the coils I can carry because having extras will not hurt us. It's gonna be most of our money, but that's fine. Next time we play, we're gonna do stuff that makes money. I mean, technically, this could be making money. Every time I pull those big wads of steel in, I could be selling them for cash instead of turning them into parts for the ship. Okay, so let's look at our defense platform here. This is crazy. It's like, I think it has a steel... I'd like to think of these as the thing you see in a lot of sci-fi, like as in modular components that we've sort of just stapled on there temporarily to hold all of our steel. And let's just do this thing. I think it should be time. It is. There we go. Now, we do want to do a couple of things here. The first is we just want to make sure everything's set up properly. We want to make sure that ammo is all that goes into these two little ones. Then we want to dedicate some room in here for ammo. But not a lot, because this is mostly for our storage, right? Like that should be good. So there it is. Our little storage base. We're going to inaugurate it by transferring all of the excess missiles over to it. Where transfer resources. The Gnat does not need to be carrying any extra missiles anymore. Just the ones it's actually made. You can take all the steel too. Take all these missile parts. Actually, we'll keep the stuff that we use for making things, though, because we do actually want to continue to make things. I do find it interesting that they have to move the stuff from their own ship through the halls. But they only have to put it in through the roofs on the place it's going to. Yeah, just filling up with a stockpile of missiles. We're going to have to do all of the crew and stuff, but I think we've done enough this episode. We'll do that. I'll do that off camera. We can set the crew up for the space station. Look at this. We have 2 ships and a tiny storage base. Starting to feel kind of like a fleet commander. Kind of like a real, honest-to-goodness fleet commander. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, maybe try something else on the channel. You might find something you like, or give me a like. They really help. If this isn't your first time at the channel and you've found other things that I've done that you like, please consider subscribing. It really helps out a lot. I'm glad you're here, because just the views help too. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you again next time. Thank you, and I hope you